There's one big reason why so many people are struggling with finishing tracks, and the reason for that is the unoptimized workflow and especially the lack of the proper template. And I can guarantee if you don't have a template, you're basically shooting yourself in the foot and you're making the music production process 10 times harder for yourself. The point is that you have to take something that works and then just repeat the process. It's so funny. People do systems in music, but a lot of music producers are like reinventing the wheel every time that they start a track. So in this video, I'm gonna teach you how to make a professional template. And for some of you, it may speed up the process like 2 times, maybe like 4 times. Just imagine if you could finish your tracks in like 4 to 5 hours. And if you guys want to get more exclusive tutorials, music production courses, music business courses, how to make some money with your music, join my free school group. We have weekly calls and all the information is going to be there. And let's get started with the video. This is the track that we're going to be working on so you understand the vibe.
I want it, so I got it, 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 I want it, so I got it.
Alright, so now let's talk about why creating a template is crucial. Every second matters when you produce music, and I've been making music for almost 10 years and I do understand the value of this. The moment you think of something, ideally you want to be able to put that into your DAW immediately. The more you think and spend time on figuring out how to do it, the more creative energy you will waste. Moreover, you may lose the flow state. So this is how most producers make music. They don't think about optimizing their workflow. They don't think about the mental energy that it takes to do certain things. So the idea pops into your mind, and then you do technical action 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you lose the flow because you're in this like technical analytical mind, and you want to be in the flow state, right? Not think. Just do it. Just do it. Let the music, let the energy flow through you into your DAW. Right? So for example, how most people will do it, they will, okay, I want to add a specific bass to my track. So I'm going to go here, I'm going to add Serum or whatever synth that you're using. Then I'm going to go here and I'm going to scroll through the preset pack, search for the right bass, and then I'm going to add it here, and then I'm going to play it. Right? So do you understand how many actions I did right now? Although it took me like 10, 30 seconds, but imagine if they're like dozens of actions, maybe even like hundreds of those actions every time that you produce music, and then like I'm gonna play it. So instead, what we can do, we can go to my presets, we can just do here like this. Here's the preset, ready, right? In the I think that's the instrument rack, right? You can do it like this, and then I have it ready, right? So you can just simply, you can group this, so Command plus G, and then you can save it here, and then you can save it in your user library. If you want to learn how to do it, there's a video about the workflow optimization. I'm going to try and put it here. So this is the thing, right? Do you understand the importance of every second? Now, this is how pro producers make music. They understand that every second matters. When you are in the flow, they optimize the workflow using the block system method. And the block system method, this is something that I created for myself. Like, it's the whole system of like optimizing your music and breaking down everything into small building blocks. So you invest a bit more time upfront to not waste time after. And you will save at least like twice, maybe like 10 times more than you will spend if you invest a little bit upfront, right? So I just showed you how most producers make it and how pro producers make it. One more example is gonna be this. Let's go. I need to go to my user library, and let's say like I want to create the bass line, right? And then I can just drag and drop it. This is the whole group. You can literally save whole projects in Ableton to your user library. And then if we play this, now I'm gonna have a ready groove to go. So I just need to change the key a little bit. And here we go. It is ready. Do you understand how much time I would spend if I would do it from scratch? And then we can do like this, play the original drums. So although these are not the original drums from the track, you can see how much faster this all works, right? So now let's go here and talk about the template creation logic. Think of your track as a big mechanism. Every mechanism will have building blocks. You need to sit and break down your track into these building blocks. So ask yourself critically, what elements does my track usually need? You will have favorite sounds that you normally use in the track. I use at least 50% of the same presets in every track. These are your signature presets. If you're struggling with coming up with ideas, take a finished track, don't overthink it, and break it down into individual elements. So we could take the bass, and for the bass, you can think like, okay, I need main bass, maybe some bass layers. For leads, try to come up with the sounds that you need. So leads, plugs, atmos, drums, and stuff like that, right? So even if you produce the same genre, there are different subgenres inside. Just take a look at how you produce tracks. You have different influences in different tracks. So even like inside tech house, there could be type number 1, could be type number 2, and type number 3. And these all tracks, they have a different sound selection, right? So for example, I'm going to show you another track so you can compare that to the one that I showed you in the very beginning. So this is the track that I made, and it's so different from the one that we are using for the template, but just check it out.
I wanna see you drop, 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 wanna see you drop, 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 wanna see you.
Right? The sound selection, the vibe, everything is so different, and it's really important to understand that, okay? So now let's talk about the actual workflow and what you need to do. So I'm taking a finished track and breaking it down to individual elements. I can use the same sounds when creating a new track. You can add as many as you want. In the beginning, just keep it simple. Better to create multiple simpler templates for each type of tech house, for example. This way you only work with sounds that actually work. So you can go like tech house template number 1, number 2, and then again, think of this slide. So for this track, I had main bass and a couple of bass layers. So this is again like one of the simpler templates. So if we go back here, we can do like this. And this is going to be a good start. And like, let's imagine I started a new track, so I can just go like this. Maybe I go up and I do like G sharp. I'm not liking this. We should probably go down. This is really good. And you can literally copy. So many people just like, oh, you complicate the music production process. Oh, like this dude said that. Don't do like this. Don't do like that. Fuck it. I make music how I want, and you know, like when I stopped caring about the rules, how it should be, the music production process became so much more fun, so much more enjoyable. So I could make a new track with the same exact bass pattern, with a different key, and I'm gonna enjoy it. Like, I don't care what other people gonna think about it, right? So just get out of your head, and just optimize everything, right? So this is for the bass, and for other sounds, it's gonna be pretty much the same, right? Same logic with drums. You want to give yourself a good start so you're not spending mental energy on figuring out what to add to the track. Get like a couple of main drum groups, focus on getting the track done first, and you can always go back and tweak the sound design. A lot of producers I see, including myself in the past, they are stuck because they are focusing too much on technical things in the very beginning. They're trying to create the perfect loop. Think of the perfect sound design, the perfect kick and bass. No, you should not do the track like vertically, because vertically it's like not finishing the track. You need to arrange horizontally and move the track closer to the finish line, okay? So same thing for the drums here. So I could literally just, have a couple of drum grooves. This was number 1, and then we can do like this. Let's solo this and this, and you can test a couple of different ones. Maybe I don't like it, so what if I do like this? Maybe I don't like this as well, and then again, I could use another drum loop. This is the drum loop that I designed myself. It's not like fully mixed and mastered, but maybe I like another one. So you want to save groups. You can literally just like drag and drop the group here, and you will save it and you can reuse it. And it's going to be like building blocks, right? Maybe I can use this one. Like again, just test it. You wanna be quick. You wanna be efficient. Don't like get out of your head, bro. Get out of your head. Same logic with melodic sounds. In your mind, split melodic sounds into categories. You can create your own types as long as you understand the elements. It could be like leads, plugs, impacts. So in this example, in the track, I had a couple of sustained leads and I had a couple of plugs. So for example, we could go here and let me break this down for you. So you can see here we have three melodic sustained leads. So those are the sustained ones, and we also have a little short modes, right? So let's talk about the plugs. So pay attention to these sounds. Pay attention to these sounds. So they are serving a different purpose. And then again, once you understand what elements you usually need for the tracks, plugs, leads, and stuff like that, it's going to become really easy. You're going to be able to design your signature template. Right? And again, this is a little impact, right? So I hope it makes sense. Now, let's go to the next slide and talk about the arrangement template. I also recommend using arrangement structure from the tracks that you already finished because it's something that worked already. We're just repeating a successful formula. Think of your music as a system. And then again, I'm going to refer back. People do this in business. People are optimizing like factories, different things when it comes to like this kind of stuff. But people don't do it in music. And they're like, I'm going to create a track from scratch and then I'm going to shoot myself in the foot and then I'm going to get frustrated because I cannot finish the track. Like, bro, you're literally creating problems for yourself. Like, it may sound like a little bit harsh, but like doing it with my love because I've been there myself. And it's like, why do you overcomplicate it? Take something that works, just repeat it, tweak it, and you're going to have something new. It's like an iteration. Like, you don't need to create the wheel, another version of the wheel, another version of the engine, a door, something like that. It was already created, right? So this is arrangement that worked, right? So then again, I can go into the arrangement and right away see everything that I need in my track, right? So here, for example. Right, and then again, we have the drop, the break, the verse, everything is here, and you just replace the sounds, maybe change the key a little bit, and that's gonna be it. That's all you need to do, bro. Like, don't make it hard for yourself. And you can also take a look at where you put your instruments and copy the same formula, because why not? It already works. Again, the goal is to spend as little mental energy as possible. You want to automate your music production process and be more efficient. And no, it doesn't mean you won't be creative. It's not related to that at all, right? So, again, we can go here, just replace some of the instruments, and you just save the project and you start a new one. Maybe you change it like I did here, and you just literally save it as a template, and that's it. Now, let's talk about one of the most important things, right? Send return channels, because if you don't have send return channels, then it's going to be so much harder for you because you're going to be creating those from scratch, and it's going to be like really, really annoying when you don't have those set up. So I usually have like 1, 2, 3, 4. Ableton allows like up to 12. Like, again, you don't have to have as many. I'm just going to show you an option. So if you want to use it, cool. So I was stuck wasting my mental energy because I was setting up the reverbs and delays from scratch every time I was making a new track. So like, again, you can save those in your user library, I guess. Yeah, you can save those in your user library and just like drag and drop them into the new project. I should do it like this, right? So let me walk you through and let me explain what each of those is doing. So big reverb for depth and width, right? I'm not going to show you how to set it up because this is like you should be able to do it yourself. I'll make a separate tutorial, but let's do like this, right? So big reverb is going to sound like this. Listen to the character. So big reverb, really obvious. Now the second one is going to be plate reverb or medium reverb for fat sound, right? Because it's really obvious. It's really like you can hear the reverb really well. Do you hear the difference? And it's generally like it's a little bit shorter, so we can do like totally different vibe for this. Now, room reverb, it's small room for gluing the sounds. Like, you know, when I'm sitting here in the room, I have a little bit of reverb, and it's like this natural reverb. If you go like somewhere like outside, you're somewhere like in the room, in a building, wherever, right? You're gonna hear a little bit of reverb. So this is the natural reverb. I'm gonna send it here, right? Small room for gluing the sounds. You're also gonna send your drums into that room, something to keep in mind, right? And you can already see once I have those 8 channels, I can really quickly do the automation and just have something saved, right? And then the FX reverb, this is something weird because I like using weird psychoacoustic effects because this is like electronic music, right? And you can create non-existent spaces that you cannot create in real life. Right? Really weird. And then, for example, this one, send it here. Right? Really weird. Now we're gonna talk about the delays. So the classic long delay. This one is a pretty standard one. There's like ping pong kind of delay here. This is a pretty classic one, right? Then we have the slapback delay. It adds psychoacoustic depth to the track, right? So the slapback sounds like this. Check it out. Usually it is pretty short. Maybe like, yeah, something like this. This is the one. I'm gonna make a separate tutorial, as I said, because this is important to understand in your production. Okay. Then the Haas delay. This is like the classic one. The Haas effect. You are detuning sort of. Yeah. So the Haas effect is really simple. We take one channel. It's going to be 1 millisecond, and another one is going to be like 8. And once we send the sound to this channel, it's going to sound like this. It's going to be this fake width. This is without, and this is with. And usually you don't need to have any feedback because it can sound weird. So once again, this is without, and this is with. So this is it, guys. And then you can be really creative with this kind of stuff. So let's summarize everything, and that's going to be the whole tutorial. So the final result is you want to have your arrangement template. You want to have like the low-end groove, which is set up. You want to have the drum groove. You want to have the melodic sounds. You want to lay out the sounds here as well, right? So have like a ready project, copy that from the track that you already did. And then also don't forget to set up the return channels. So this is like a good starting point. I'm just giving you like the formula, something that you can use for your music. You can do it however you want, but the main message of this video is optimize, and just have everything prepared, because it's going to be so much easier. Once you get to the point where you're pro, you are efficient, then you can make like a track from scratch, right? Using like an empty project. If you want to get more exclusive tutorials, then make sure that you sign up for my free school group, and I see you guys in the next video. Bye.